So far, we've traveled to 4 countries in the last 4 months. I've jumped on the live to talk to you, my audience, who subscribed already. So grateful for all 156 of you that have subscribed. Of course, I'm on here to boost the watch time, to gain some more subscribers, and to talk to you about all the travels that I've done and my plans for traveling. I thought I'd start today talking about the queues that has been going on in the airport due to the changes in the travel requirements traveling as a UK citizen. So we could start there. But good evening and I'll welcome everyone to the live. I'll wait for a few of you all to jump on to my live on Travel with Shev, where we are traveling the world and we're not breaking the bank. To do so, I've been to 22 countries. You can ask me anything about those countries that I've traveled to. I'm going to just list a few of the countries that I've traveled to. I have been to Jamaica. I have been to St. Lucia. I have been to America. I have been to Canada. I've been to Spain. I've been to Portugal. I've been to Cyprus. I've been to Luxembourg, Germany, France. I've been to Canary Islands, Fuerteventura. Um, I've been to so many countries, I can't name them, but they are in my description, 22 in total. So you can actually ask me anything about those countries that I've been to. I'm going to be talking to you about my recent experience. As you know, I traveled to Italy recently. My last travel, um, latest travel, took me to Milan in Italy. And when we were going down, absolutely, I wasn't keeping an eye on the news, of course. So, also all my fault, not being keeping up with the headlines and didn't know what to expect. So, we just went down. Everything was fine. We left from the Midlands. Great experience at the airport as usual. Coming through the UK side, no problems at all. We got to the airport in Milan, and I was like, "What is going on?" First of all, they were saying that if you've got any other non-European passport, just go over to the next bit. And I was like, "That queue is massive." We were traveling with 3 small children and 4 adults. Well, one young adult and four other adults. So there's a party of 8 of us traveling. And it was absolutely chaotic coming out of. We traveled to Milan, Bergamo. I know it's absolutely sensitive, and it might be a sensitive issue on YouTube, but we've got to talk about our travel experiences, right? Welcome. Thank you so much, Colin and No Fishing 2014 for joining me on the live. I am Travel, a brand new travel channel. I've been to 22 countries in Europe, in America, in the Caribbean. So you can ask me anything that you like. Hi, Cherry. Welcome to the live. And I'm talking today about anything that you want to talk about from those countries. If you want to see the list of the 22 countries that I have been to, oh, Kalon. Kalon, a beautiful name. I've got a nephew with a similar name, but with a J. So welcome on. It is good. My name is also hard to pronounce. It's actually spelled Shevon, but traditionally Siobhan is spelled Siobhan in the Irish way because my grandma gave me that name. She is half Irish. Okay, so it is pronounced differently based on how it's spelled. So I'm sorry for pronouncing your name incorrectly. But I'm talking about my travels. I've been to 22 countries. They're all in my About Me section, so check them out. If you got any hi, oh, that's great. Great. I've been to Ireland. I've got my Dublin videos up, so check out my Dublin travel videos. We went to Dublin this year in February. We went there. It was very cold, but it was beautiful. We went on a day trip with my family, and I've got some live videos from there, from Dublin. We actually, no, we went to Dublin on St. Patrick's weekend, St. Patrick's Day weekend. All actually accidental. So it was about the 15th of March that we went there. Kalon, that's where we was. So you can check out my videos on my day trip to Dublin. I recently went there. Yeah, beautiful place, but we was absolutely freezing. We didn't know it got that cold in Ireland, but yeah, absolutely loved it. And as I said, my great grandma is half Irish. So thank you so much, everyone, for being on. Where are you from? Where am I from? Okay, I am Jamaican. I am Jamaican, but I am British. I live in the UK. But yes, I'm from Jamaica. So you can ask me any questions you like about Jamaica. I've been around most of Jamaica, all of the parishes. Been to St. Lucia, been to Canada, been to America, been to a lot of countries in Europe. A lot of those 22 countries are in Europe. So ask me anything about Cyprus, Spain, Portugal, um, France, Germany, Luxembourg, Switzerland. Went to Switzerland this year. So I've done a lot of traveling, over 22 countries. So you can ask me anything. But anyway, I was talking earlier about my experience of going through, people call it TSA in America, but going through immigration in the UK. So we flew from Midlands in the UK to go to Milan, Bergamo. I had we had three small children, and it was an absolute nightmare because we wasn't prepared. We didn't check what was going on, and the queues was absolutely atrocious. So just some advice: if you're from the UK, not only do we have to worry about the jet fuel running out, because we also have to worry about that a lot of us have trips booked that is may not be taking place because the fuel might be running out. Hello, Peter. Welcome to the live. Hello, everyone. I'm Siobhan. I've been to 22 countries, and I'm talking to you about my experiences of traveling around the world. I'm talking at the moment about my most recent trip where I went to Milan. And from Milan, I actually went to Switzerland. Those videos are up. I went live from Lake Como. So if you're interested in what Lake Como looks like, beautiful lake in Italy, I went live from there. We also went to Lake Lugano in Switzerland. So you can check out my live videos from there as well. Absolutely beautiful. I recommend you go to Switzerland. And if you go to Switzerland, go to Lake Lugano. Absolutely beautiful place. Loads of families to do. But anyway, we spent 3 hours going through immigration in Milan. Totally unexpected. Oh, thank you so much, Kaylon. And yeah, come back to the channel, subscribe. Loads of information coming up on my travels. I've been to 22 countries, so any of those countries, come back and ask me. And it's very nice to meet you. Thank you for being on my channel. So yeah, we was 3 hours trying to get through that very small airport. If you've been to Italy, been to Milan, Bergamo, you understand it's not a big hotel. It's not a big airport. It's not like Heathrow or anywhere like that. 3 hours, small children, they were fainting. The children were getting sick, and I was asking for help, and they weren't helping me. So do remember, traveling through Europe looks different now for UK citizens. So be careful when you're going through. Pack lots of snacks for your children. Bring water. Buy the water on the flight before you come off, because know that these extra checks that they're doing are not very easy. And also, when we're coming out of Milan, we spent 2.5 hours in the queue to get out of Milan. So the EES, the new system that they've got, yes, it was. We didn't have a pleasant experience. That said, I absolutely loved Italy. I loved it. Beautiful. We spent one day in Milan. We spent one day in Lake Como, and the other day we actually went to Switzerland. And maybe unpopular opinion, but one day is enough to do Milan, especially if you're not big on shopping. I'm not big on shopping. I like to soak in the culture. I like to eat the food. I like to just be. So one day was enough to be Milan. We saw the Duomo. We got there, we saw it, didn't go inside, but we had a good look at it, myself and the children. There's a Burger King that's right next door to so next to the Duomo, there's the La Galleria, hope I pronounce that right. And then we sat in Burger King, had a lovely Burger King, and watched everyone go into the designer shops. Oh, hopefully everyone is on. I had a bit of issues there. Hopefully you can hear me also with the wind. Anyway, I was saying we went to, so once you come out of the Duomo metro station, so the right next to the Duomo in Italy, which is a beautiful cathedral, absolutely beautiful. I've just done a short on it actually, by the way. So check out my short video to see what the Duomo is and the craze over the Duomo. I liken it to the Sagrada de Familia in Barcelona. Hope I've pronounced that correctly. So I've been to Barcelona. You can ask me questions about Barcelona. Thank you so much for the person that gave me a like. Do give me a like, everyone that is on. It really does help to boost us, and do subscribe to this channel if you've not done so. I've been to 22 countries, and I'm absolutely happy to answer any questions that you have on those countries that I've been to, mainly in Europe. So if you're not from Europe and you're planning any trips to Europe, I'm happy. I'm your friend. Put your questions down below my videos and I'll respond to you, or I'll come back on live and answer your questions live. So yeah, nightmare getting in and out, but once you're there, loads to do. You can actually do Milan on a budget, because we did it on a budget. We stayed at Hotel Da Vinci. I've got a video coming up on a hotel tour of Hotel Da Vinci. It is said to be a 4-star hotel. Not in my experience. Not in my experience. Welcome our YouTuber from India as well to the live. Grateful to have you here. Remember to give this a like and also to subscribe to the channel. I've been to 22 countries. I've got about 4 more countries coming up this year planned so far, but I'm actually planning an impromptu backpacking trip in October to make it my most epic travel year yet. And welcome. Do you know, I really want to go to the Philippines. I've been watching Philippines and Thailand and any Southeast Asia video I can find on YouTube recently. I've been obsessed. So I think that next year or the year after, we'll be doing a lot of South. My problem is I've got small children and they can't go on holiday at normal times. I've got to go in the school holiday. Very strict there in the UK. But Philippines, absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. I love the beaches. Of course, I'm from Jamaica, Caribbean. So I know a good beach. I know a good beach. uh, your cat is annoying. Oh, I'm sorry. My neighbor has a cat and the cat thinks that they live here. So I don't have a cat, but my neighbor has one. But yeah, if you want to ask me any questions about the 22 countries that I've been to, they are in my description. Check out my description for those 22 countries that I've been to and come back and ask me any question. The most interesting country that I've ever been to is Lanzarote. Lanzarote is in the Canary Islands in Spain. And when I got to Lanzarote, I went on the volcano and I had chicken that was roasted from the volcano fumes, heat, flames. It was my most interesting country, Lanzarote, because of the landscape. It felt like I was on Mars. And fun fact is, a lot of the movies that you see that look like they're on Mars, they filmed them in Lanzarote and the Canary Islands in Spain. And they say it's Spain, but to me, it really feels like Africa. It's very rugged landscape, very hot, very humid, and beautiful. Why am I outside? Because for once in the UK, it's actually sunny. And if I don't know if you can see the sun rays that's behind there. But yeah, I decided to come and sit in my garden to hear the birds. You don't really hear the birds and things very well on these lives. But yeah, I've got a bird at the moment. I think it's a pigeon that's nesting in my tree outside my kitchen window. And she's so lovely, that mother. Has been sitting on them eggs for about 2 weeks, waiting for them to hatch. Nothing. But I love my garden. I love being outside, but the weather's not been great in the UK recently. So there you are. So if you've got any questions to ask me about, I'm probably going to be on here for about 15 minutes. And that is 1-5, talking to you about my 22 countries that I've been to. If you're curious, I've got short form videos, I've got long form videos. Do watch them, do subscribe. And I'm going to be making plenty more travel content for you guys if you subscribe. So everyone, please do subscribe to the channel. Talking to you about the 22 countries that I've been to. Let me just do something quick. So I've popped the question. I've been to 22 countries. Just popped the question there. I've been to 22 countries. Can you guess which ones I've been to? Can anyone guess what countries I've been to in the chat? And if you do, I will talk to you a little about that country. So let's have some answers down in the chat. And some of the clues of the countries that I've been to is in my About Me section. So check it out and then come back and let me know some of the countries that I've been to. And I can answer some questions on those countries for you. Thank you guys so much for being on the live. I really appreciate you all. Sitting in my garden is not so warm, but it's okay. I could talk to you about where possibly might be going next. Possibly might be going to North America next. So lots more information coming out depending on if we do actually have a fuel for our vehicles. Cherry, you've guessed Spain. Yes, I've been to Benidorm, Alicante. I have been to Menorca. I've been to Barcelona, and I've been to the Canary Islands in Spain. So the Canary Islands that I went to was Lanzarote and Fuerteventura. And I just mentioned that Lanzarote is one of the most interesting countries that I've ever been, just because of the landscape. Anyone else can guess any other countries that I've been to? Have you been to Spain, Jerry, Jamila? Let me know if you've ever been to Spain. and what part of Spain you've been, or any part of Spain you're hoping to go. Can anyone else guess what other countries I've been to? I've been to one. Oh, but the Philippines has loads of islands though, right? So you've only been to the Philippines, but there's loads of islands to the Philippines if my geography serves me correctly. So there's still plenty to explore. It's not like one small island like Jamaica is, for example, or the UK's different islands, but not as many as the Philippines. So have you just been to your little section of the Philippines? Have you traveled to any other island in the Philippines, Cherry? Also, everyone else that's just come on, thank you so much for watching our views on. Do give this video a like. I've been to 22 countries. Can you guess any of them? If you do guess any of them, I will talk to you a little bit about the country. Of course, Benidorm in Spain, which I've mentioned before, is one of the most popular destinations for UK people to travel to. It takes about 2 hours from the UK. You literally almost reach on the beach when you come up the airport, and most people will be going to Benidorm this year. Most people will go to Spain from the UK every year because it's really easy to go to. So, my children have not been. They've been to 14 countries, but they've never been to Spain. So I thought maybe I will do a day trip, and if I do, I'll go live on this channel. I have been going live. Check out my live section. I've been recently. We're in the 4th month of the year, and I've been to 4 countries. I've gone live from 3 of those countries. So check out my live section also for where I have been. And it's actually getting really chilly outside. And also my wrap is coming off. But yeah, it's getting chilly outside in the UK. It's been nice and sunny earlier, but now it's quite chilly. That's the UK weather for you. So yeah, I've been to 22 countries. Guess where I've been, everyone that's on the live. I will talk to you about the country. Also, let me know if you have any holidays planned coming up in Europe. I am in the UK. I've been to Wales. I've been to Scotland. I've been to Ireland. And of course, I've been to many parts of England. So you can ask me any questions about those as well. Let me know if anyone's watching from the UK. That would be interesting as well. And let me know if there's any Jamaicans on, because of course I am Jamaican. So yeah. Thank you so much for everyone that's been on. Really, it's been great. I wanted to come off at 15 minutes, but everyone's on. So I'm going to stick on for a little bit to talk about anything you want to talk about. Okay, so since I've answered the most interesting country I've been to, I'm going to talk about the most disappointing holiday I've had in a country. And that was in Cyprus. And because it was like a pre-planned family trip that I didn't really do much of what I wanted to do. So we stayed in the Turkish part of Cyprus. Anyone knows about Cyprus know that it's divided into like the Greek side and the Turkish side. We stayed on this massive resort. I think it's called the Caesar Resort actually. It's just come back to me. The Caesar Resort in Cyprus, huge. I think it's a lot of Airbnbs more than a resort, to be fair. Most disappointing because I didn't actually get to do much. We just was just holed up in the hotel doing family related things. And normally, if you know me and if you see my videos here on YouTube, you know I'm a bit of an explorer. So I didn't get to do very much in Cyprus. So I do want to go back and do Cyprus. I especially want to do the Greek side of Cyprus. Of course, I've also been to Greece. Crete in Greece. Ask me any questions about that. We went to Heracleon. We stayed in Scaletta. And we flew into Hania Airport, so you can ask me any questions you like about Greece. I'm going to probably come off in at 20 minutes or so, guys. So another minute or so. If you have any more questions to ask me about the 22 countries I've been to. If not, please do subscribe to my channel. I'm going to try to come on live, and I'm going to share with you where I'm traveling to live as well. I'm so grateful for the support that I've received so far on this channel. Do engage with the channel. Yes, I've been to Crete in Greece. Absolutely gorgeous place. We went to Knossos Palace. Well, they're excavating it. Loads of history there. So yeah, Crete in Greece, and we went to the Legend of Hercules. Went to visit the site, but my husband and I were too late, and we didn't actually get to go and see the beautiful Knossos Palace or the excavation of it. But we went to the museum, and that's on my channel as well. So Crete, 10 out of 10. We went in October for our anniversary. Beautiful. The Adrian Sea, was able to swim in there and be okay. So I recommend 10. Greece for me is 10 out of 10, and I've only been to one island. Of course, got like 26 or so islands, I think, or more. Favorite program on at the moment is Race Across the World for obvious reasons. I wish it was me, so I'm just living through everyone watching Race Across the World. I think there's a similar program in America if you're in America. Basically, these teams of people get the price of the flight in terms of how much it costs to travel to some countries to reach a destination. So basically, I think they're going from Greece. I think it is Greece that they started in, and they're trying to make their way across the world. And if the team that wins will get £10,000 each, so it's double team. I've been to I was in America last year, October. I'm possibly going to go back this year, possibly. Watch this space, Cherry. If I do, loads of videos will be coming up. But there's loads of things going on at the moment with flying and flights in the UK and jet fuel and all of this stuff. So I gotta watch the news. But I've already been to 4 countries in the last 4 months. So to be honest, I've already done a lot. I've already been outside. But yeah, I've got lots of travel planned coming up. I've got UK based travel coming up. I'll be going live from some of those cities that I'm going to. I'm going to be going live from London soon, actually. Got a London trip planned coming up. So watch out for that. Going to visit family and I'll be going live from London. So look out for that. Let me know if you want me to film anything in London. But yeah, I'm going to come off now because it's getting a bit chilly. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the live, and I appreciate you all. Remember to like this video and also to subscribe, and I'll see you later. Take care.